research at work show that like 80% of people at work feel they have imposter syndrome.
There's a very interesting question that was asked by Jennifer. She talks about the imposter syndrome. It's real. She says, I often find myself rewording my phrasing, readjusting my actions in fear. So essentially, how do you go around the imposter syndrome that happens all the time? And on the practical side, what are quick tips you can do saying, if you're in that position, and that will happen to everyone, what should you keep in mind?
It's a very complex and tough question. So first, I just want to acknowledge that imposter syndrome among women leaders is real. But among most people, actually, a lot of research at work show that like 80% of people at work feel they have imposter syndrome. I would say that imposter syndrome is the reminder that usually we are outside our comfort zone and pushing up against our next growth. So we have to determine if we are on the right path or not on a safe path to go out of our comfort zone. The first thing is to revisit your core values, your strengths, your skills, your talents. Sometimes we are stuck in this feeling we don't see our strengths. And we have to remember our value. If we lack confidence, well, I usually encourage people to spend time in two areas. First, remind yourself of why you do what you do. And second, remind yourself of the value you bring to the audience you serve. You bring something to the table. Like everybody brings something to the table. It's not because it's different that it's not valuable. And after thinking about your value, it's interesting also to look at the core belief and the reason why you feel that way. Those would be my tips. And 3 questions. Which of your successes are you not taking ownership of? Which of your beliefs about success are holding you back? And which of your strengths are you overlooking currently?
What's helped me is my co-founder, Louis Salazar, has taught me this in tech and startup culture: progress over perfection. And so instead of sitting there for a day figuring out the right way to word the email or continually fretting over your slides, get it out there, because it's that sort of agile methodology. You'll learn, but time kills all deals. We know this, and you can get in your own head. So if you continue to work towards speed, you're going to learn through the process, and you'll realize that that extra 2 hours thinking about the way you were going to phrase that actually didn't have any additional benefit. So for next time, you can build off of those learnings, and the ones that you may get feedback on or didn't land the way that you thought, you'll learn from that as well.
I always think of it, if you find yourself in Antarctica and you're supposed to hunt like a polar bear, ask yourself the question, is this where I need to be? What do I need to do to adapt to this environment? It's important to be honest with oneself. Am I going to be happy if I adapt myself to this environment? Because there is quite a bit of effort that needs to be done. We all learn. We just need to identify if that learning is going to lead to an outcome that we want. Sometimes it's about questioning where I am.
I would just add fear of failure. Dealing with imposter syndrome is a big thing, and it's probably tough to have one easy answer to it. But if you can cultivate a culture within your organization where people are less afraid of failure, and also they feel that failure is about the team, not them individually, that can go a long way.
One trick that worked amazingly well for me when an employee comes and they're like, I'm not sure I can do this, or I'm not sure it's my right place. And often people switch fields. We do a lot of work integrated learning here at Greybox. People will come from like drastically different fields and move to IT or marketing. And I like joking about it, not about the whole topic, but there's a nice way to bring that conversation, saying you're still learning, because if you were to do it right on the first try, you will put all of us into shame, because we've been working on that skill for years and we're still not there yet. So of course, it's a process. You'll learn your way through. So it's more about encouraging that learning process that relaxes people a great deal, saying, yeah, of course, I'm not going to nail it on the first time. It'll take a few tries.